All right, Mina, we're going to be jumping into a really interesting topic today, which AI feels is very controversial: age gaps and marriage in the Georgian era. How common were large age gaps in the Georgian marriages? And what ages did women typically marry?
Um, Actually, I think on the books that they could get married as young as 14. I don't think that you saw that very often in the aristocracy, but a girl that was 23 or 24 years old was heading towards Spencer, uh, uh, being a spinster at 23 or 24. Um, but the other part of that is the men. And there in the aristocracy, the men were given pretty much carte blanche as far as whatever they wanted to do. Um, so they had mistresses and they had affairs and they fooled around. And so they didn't really feel the need to get married until they got to a ripe old age, and then they needed an heir. So the best thing that they could do would be to marry someone young, uh, and that's what they did. So it was typical to see an age gap. Also, people got married for. I mean, love really wasn't a big deal like it is today. They wanted to stay in their own socioeconomic realm. They wanted to, um, the woman should come to the marriage with a dowry. Uh, the more substantial, the more marriable she was. Married, how do you say that?
Yeah.
So, anyway, but there was a lot of different variables. But the main thing you would see the men, they just could do so much. Society just let them get away with all kinds of things that a woman could not get away with at all. So that would be one of the biggest reasons for the age gap.
How did society justify these age differences morally and socially?
How did they justify them? Well, they ignored them. A man of older age would be perfect for well, he was always going to be a target to get married as far as women were concerned, if he was if he had a title. So uh, but he was able to work around it. He did a lot of things, but society didn't condemn him for his actions. So if he had a lot of affairs, or if he had a number of mistresses, hey, good old boy, a woman couldn't do any of that. So there wasn't any kind of a moral judgment. Now, maybe behind closed doors, they might say, we've heard some really bad things about
Yeah.
them.
So, what role did parents and guardians play in arranging these marriages?
Oh, they 9 times out of 10, the parents probably initiated it. Um, it behooved them to have their daughter marry into a wealthy uh, nobleman, and so they didn't care if he was 103 as long as he had a title and he had money. But so the society kind of turned their heads to that. Yeah, they would say a guy that was in his 50s or something. Well, he wasn't going to live very long anyway back then. So, so
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, he's perfect, and then he'll be dead, and you can be a widow." And widows got away with a lot of stuff. They were almost on the same level as a single man as far as what they could do.
How were love, attraction, and companionship viewed in these unions?
Love was a rarity Companionship was important. And another thing that we don't really read too much about is that cousins would marry. And the reason for that is because they were probably on the same social plane. They had the same kind of background that would lead to compatibility, as opposed to Lord Fauntleroy or somebody like that that was older, that wasn't established through the family. Crazy.
What happened when these marriages failed emotionally or practically?
There's a couple of things that could take place. And one of them is that the husband would send the wife off to one of these estates that he owned throughout England, send her away, and then he would resume his bachelor ways. That was one way to do it. And the other way is they would stay in the same house but lead separate lives. He spent all his time at the men's clubs, and she might have an affair or something, but hers were usually a lot less obvious.
Got it. All right. Best place to go is MinaValentine.com. And Mina, you're excited about 2026.
I am happy to see 2026 coming, and it is almost right around the corner, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
All right. So go to MinaValentine.com
Yes.
and
Make
purchase
me
the book. All right.
Christmas.
All right. You're,